Under the silent gaze of the full moon, Snow White plunges into the heart of a dark forest, her flight a desperate dance with encroaching shadows. Hunted and haunted, she stumbles through the gnarled embrace of ancient roots, each breath a ragged testament to her mounting terror. The forest whispers secrets of danger, amplifying her solitude as the huntsman's shadow looms ever closer. Lost and broken, Snow White seeks solace at the foot of an ancient, towering tree. The roots form a gateway, bathed in an ethereal glow that beckons her into the unknown. Fear mingles with curiosity as Snow White cautiously steps through the shimmering portal, embracing the mystery that awaits. The Wonderland portal explodes with vibrant colors, consuming Snow White in a dizzying spectacle of light and chaos. Disoriented and gripped by terror, Snow White plummets through a kaleidoscopic tunnel, her fate hanging in the balance. Unsure of her destination, Snow White is swallowed by the unknown. Snow White steps into a sun-drenched meadow, a world of vibrant, unfamiliar beauty unfolding before her eyes. Luminous plants sway in the gentle breeze, as bizarre, colorful creatures dance through the air, their forms shimmering with otherworldly light. The air hums with magic, an unseen energy that vibrates through every leaf and petal, enveloping Snow White in its mystical embrace. Snow White ventures into the crystal caves, a realm of towering formations and shimmering walls. Lost in wonder, Snow White's curiosity guides her deeper into the caves. A band of mischievous sprites appears, their initial taunts filling the air with playful tension. In a surprising turn, the sprites decide to lead Snow White, offering her guidance through the labyrinthine caves. Deep within the crystal caves, ethereal sprites illuminate Snow White's path, guiding her into the heart of destiny. Light dances across the crystalline walls, unveiling ancient prophecies etched into the stone, foretelling Snow White's arrival. The very crystal whispers of Snow White's destiny to restore harmony to Wonderland. Snow White and the sprites embark on a magical journey along the enchanted river, where secrets murmur to those who lend an ear. Their path leads them to a grumpy, talking fish, an unlikely guardian of the mystical waterway. With reluctance, the fish agrees to ferry them across, setting the stage for further adventures. The group steps into the Goblin Market, a vibrant vortex of trade and deceit under the open sky. Snow White must venture through the treacherous stalls, her resolve firm amidst the chaos. Snow White prepares to haggle for crucial information about the Crystal Palace, her eyes sharp with determination. Amidst the tempestuous downpour, a makeshift goblin tent becomes Snow White's refuge, her vulnerability palpable as she huddles near the entrance. A wiry goblin, suspicion etched on his face, regards Snow White warily, his crude spear a stark warning. With a gentle smile and a kind word, Snow White dismantles the goblin's defenses, her sincerity cutting through the gloom. In a gesture of trust, the goblin reveals a hidden passage, a secret escape veiled behind rough tapestries. Snow White ventures into the ominous forbidden forest, a realm of gnarled trees and lurking shadows. In the heart of the forest, Snow White's gentle heart guides her to a trapped unicorn, ensnared by thorny vines. With tender compassion, Snow White soothes the creature, her touch dissolving fear and forging an unbreakable bond. The unicorn, now loyal and free, pledges its guidance, its horn shimmering with newfound purpose. At the cliff edge, a unicorn guides Snow White towards a daunting precipice where destiny and danger intertwine. Below, the Crystal Palace shimmers with deceptive allure, its beauty tainted by a vortex of dark energy that reveals the queen's malevolent reign. The air crackles with foreboding as the contrast between the palace's beauty and the swirling darkness foreshadows an impending battle. Under the cloak of night, Snow White ventures towards the formidable Crystal Palace gates, where shadows dance in the frigid air. Ancient magic animates the enchanted guards, their metallic eyes burning with a menacing glow in the dim light. The enchanted guards watch Snow White. In the heart of the Crystal Palace, Snow White navigates the labyrinthine halls with cautious grace, her every step echoing in the eerie silence. In the heart of the Crystal Palace, Snow White navigates the labyrinthine halls with cautious grace, her every step echoing in the eerie silence. Silent as a shadow, she evades the watchful eyes of lurking figures, as their presence casts a pall of dread over her desperate flight. Every turn unveils another distorted reflection, another unsettling portrait that seems to pierce her soul with their gaze. The crystal walls mirror her fear, each reflection deepening the sense of isolation and impending doom. Snow White breaches a concealed door, unveiling a clandestine library where secrets slumber. A sense of forbidden knowledge electrifies the air as Snow White traces her fingers along the spines of the ancient tomes. She gently pulls a brittle, yellowed volume from the shelf, its pages whispering tales of forgotten ages. As Snow White delves into the ancient text, her eyes widen with dawning comprehension, and the Queen's dark secrets begin to unravel. In the Queen's chaotic laboratory, Snow White stealthily navigates a maze of bubbling potions and arcane instruments. She moves with cautious determination, narrowly evading the Queen's watchful magical surveillance. The laboratory pulses with hidden dangers, each shadow a potential trap laid by the jealous Queen. In the opulent throne room, Snow White stands unyielding before the evil Queen, the air heavy with impending darkness. The Queen raises her hands, and dark magic surges forth, twisting shadows into monstrous forms. Shadowy creatures writhe into existence, their menacing presence distorting reality itself. Illusions shimmer and warp the throne room, blurring the line between the real and the nightmarish. In the opulent throne room, Snow White's piercing gaze reflects her unwavering resolve as she confronts the Queen's dark power. With each calculated move, Snow White's deep understanding of the Queen's weaknesses turns the tide. The Queen's formidable power begins to wane under Snow White's relentless defense, her dark aura flickering with uncertainty. Seizing the moment, Snow White rallies the diverse creatures of Wonderland, uniting them in a powerful alliance. The throne room trembles as the collective strength of Wonderland shifts the balance of power, heralding a new dawn. In a climactic moment, Snow White shatters the Queen's enchanted mirror, unleashing a torrent of chaotic energy. As the mirror shatters, the Queen's malevolent spell unravels, plunging Wonderland into a whirlwind of change. The Queen's power wanes into nothingness as she vanishes into the shadows, her reign of darkness ending. Snow White graces the balcony of the Crystal Palace, her presence a beacon of hope over the rejuvenated Wonderland. The land below rejoices, its once diminished beauty now radiating in full splendor, a testament to Snow White's unwavering spirit. Her gaze sweeps across the thriving landscape, reflecting a serene satisfaction and quiet pride in her heart, as the creatures celebrate their newfound freedom. At the Crystal Palace gates, Snow White's farewell lingers in the air, a solemn vow echoing through Wonderland. She vows to protect Wonderland, Bearing the weight of wisdom and strength, Snow White prepares to return to her world, a solitary figure silhouetted against the ethereal backdrop of Wonderland. Snow White, now confident, retraces her steps through the once terrifying forbidden forest, now a welcoming woodland. A mystical unicorn guides Snow White, its gentle presence ensuring a safe journey back to the portal. The portal shimmers into view, promising an end to the ordeal and a passage back to safety. Snow White stands at the cliff edge, her gaze lingering on the Crystal Palace, a testament to her hard-won journey. A wave of accomplishment and gratitude washes over Snow White as she reflects on her arduous adventure. The Crystal Palace gleams in the distance, a beacon of hope and a symbol of Snow White's triumphant transformation. Amidst the vibrant chaos of the Goblin Market, Snow White steps into a whirlwind of frenzied activity. In a fleeting moment of recognition, Snow White's eyes lock with the Goblin, a silent understanding bridging their disparate worlds. Their shared secret hangs unspoken, a fragile thread connecting them in this fantastical realm. Snow White, radiant with gratitude, steps onto the bank of the enchanted river, a gentle smile lighting up her face. With a graceful curtsy, Snow White expresses her heartfelt gratitude, her actions echoing a sense of reverence and awe. The enchanted river shimmers with untold secrets, its surface dancing with sunlight as it imparts a profound message. You are stronger than you think, Snow White. Believe in yourself. Snow White conveys her gratitude in a sincere statement. Thank you for your assistance, kind fish. In the heart of the crystal caves, Snow White's solitary journey commences, her footsteps resonating through the cavernous expanse. Echoes of laughter fill the air as Snow White bids farewell to the mischievous sprites, their merriment fading like distant chimes. As a token of their affection, the sprites bestow upon Snow White a radiant crystal, its facets ablaze with a kaleidoscope of light, promising to guide her in times of need. The narrator speaks, his voice echoing, "The crystal will guide her in times of need." Snow White steps back into the lush meadow, embracing a profound sense of belonging and tranquility. She realizes that a fragment of Wonderland will forever reside within her heart, a cherished secret. She treasures the memory of her adventure. Snow White steps back into the swirling portal, her heart pounding with anticipation as she embarks on her return voyage. Each step through the portal reinforces her newfound strength and unwavering resolve. She is no longer the same Snow White who hesitantly entered, but a beacon of courage ready to face whatever awaits. Snow White steps out of the ancient tree, finding herself back in her own world, a world suddenly less menacing. The forest, once a place of fear, now echoes with a newfound sense of purpose and determination in Snow White. In the embrace of the ancient tree, Snow White embodies resilience and resolve. Snow White strides confidently through the forest path, casting off the shackles of fear. Her heart set on a singular purpose, she steels herself to confront her stepmother and reclaim her birthright. Each step echoes with the resolve to right past wrongs and seize her destiny. At the majestic castle gates, Snow White steels herself, a deep breath preceding her fateful entrance. With a determined gaze, Snow White prepares to confront the unknown, aware of the allies at her side. She steps forward, embracing her destiny with unwavering resolve, fortified by the knowledge that she is not alone. In the opulent throne room, Snow White confronts her stepmother, her transformation stunning the court. Snow White stands tall, a radiant aura of newfound strength and courage emanating from her. courtiers gasp, their eyes wide with surprise, witnessing the shift in Snow White's demeanor. In the grand throne room, Snow White, empowered by forbidden knowledge, confronts the court with unwavering resolve. Her voice reverberates with newfound authority, exposing the Queen's dark schemes as a wave of shock sweeps through the courtiers. The Queen's treachery is laid bare, igniting a chorus of fervent cries, "Justice! Justice must be served!" The throne room, once echoing with the evil Queen's malice, now radiates with a fragile hope. Stripped of her dark magic, the evil Queen's defeat is etched onto her face as guards lead her away, her reign of terror brought to an end. Bathed in celestial light, Snow White emerges as the rightful heir, her presence a beacon of promise and renewal. A hushed anticipation sweeps through the assembled courtiers, their murmurs a symphony of hope for the dawn of a new era. Snow White stands triumphantly on the castle balcony, her gaze sweeping over her kingdom. A sea of faces cheers below, their voices united in joyous celebration of Snow White's return. The people hail her as their true and just ruler, their shouts echoing with renewed hope and loyalty. Under the radiant sun, Snow White guides her kingdom towards a glorious dawn, embodying wisdom and compassion. Ruling with a gentle hand, Snow White treasures the invaluable lessons gleaned from Wonderland, forever cherishing the friends she made. In quiet moments of reflection, the memories of Wonderland shimmer, a reminder of the enduring bonds forged in extraordinary times. Years later, Snow White seeks out the ancient tree, her gaze drawn to the portal, a gentle smile gracing her lips. In a moment of serene understanding, she acknowledges the eternal flame of Wonderland's magic within her. The portal beckons, promising adventure to those brave enough to seek it.